Hello and welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John, where in each episode we'll stroll down the Macintosh memory lane. We'll discuss older Macintosh computers, collecting all things related to the Mac and Apple computer, and current topics from the perspective that only a couple of old Mac fans can provide.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We almost had 2 episodes into successive weeks. John called an audible.
Oh my goodness, yes.
A couple hours before showtime.
Let's just say I had a procedure the following day that required me to drink a lot of fluids. And anyone who knows what I'm talking about knows why I didn't want to do a podcast that evening.
People of a certain age.
Right.
It's recommended that you have the procedure.
Yes.
And the procedure requires the prep.
Right.
And that's you just the Mac attic is many things. It has many
great things up here. One of them is not a commode. Yes.
Whoa. I didn't even. Why did you need that? Maybe we were talking about different.
Well,
things.
just not wanting to be far away from that little tiny special room.
There you go. Let's get back
to taking
the
prep.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So,
hello, Scarlet Swordfish. Anyway. Hello, Macintosh Librarian. Klaus is bummed he couldn't be here for episode 666, but it's 3 a.m. Swedish time.
666 is the episode. Why don't we here? Let's start this for real. Though.
Sure thing.
Okay, we're gonna start this for real in 3, 2. Wait. I'm not ready yet. All right, let's go. And now, welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John. This is episode 666 for November 13th, 2023. Good evening, John.
Good evening, James.
We were just apologizing for skipping a week.
Yeah.
There was
extenuating circumstances.
Extenuating circumstances, a good way to put it.
Yeah.
We'll
leave it at that.
And but we are back, and you know, this episode was originally supposed to air like the day before Halloween.
Right. Yeah.
And the stars would have all aligned that we had 666 with Halloween, and that kind of inspired John to revisit Diablo.
Yeah, well, revisit. It was actually my first time playing Diablo. I had played some Diablo 2, but I had not played Diablo.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
So this was new playing. Not that there's that much difference between, but we'll get into that.
Okay, so that's our main segment.
That's it.
Diablo. And then we've got all the other regular things. We've got some eBay finds, and we've got a little bit of news, and I think that'll be a whole entire episode. Thanks everybody for joining us in the chat, and let's come back with some eBay finds. All right. Let's take a look at those eBay finds. Oh, and then we should mention, if the YouTube channel, anybody that shows up should stay in till the end.
Stay for the end. Yep, I'm going to be giving a video tour of the downstairs of where I'm at right now. So,
and that what I forgot. We tried to name it something clever, like, because Mac Attic is the upstairs,
right? The bottom is ARC80S Arcades.
Okay.
Arcades, yes. Since it's got arcade in there.
Is there a big sign? Did you make a big sign that has
There is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just like upstairs I hear I've got the
Will we see the sign in the video?
Oh gosh. I don't think so.
Maybe not.
No, I don't think so. Yep.
You gotta go in person to see that sign.
That's right.
All right, back to Mac stuff. Let's
okay.
Let's talk about eBay finds in 3, 2, 1. Okay, eBay find time. And last episode, there was the letter opener with the handle that says, "Bring home the power of Macintosh," with an Apple logo. This one sold after one bid for the low price of gosh, just $9.95.
Hey, that's
What a
nice.
deal.
Somebody got a fun little, yeah.
And what else we had? Oh, the Media Toolkit CD-ROMs. I believe there were 5 of them.
Well, we know who bought those. Michael Mulhern bought those.
Did he really? Because, it's
yes,
funny.
he did.
It's funny when you look at the eBay page,
Yes.
it tells you the listing ended. And it doesn't tell you that it actually sold. But you can
What was
confirm.
it? Yeah. He bought them.
Why doesn't it not show that it's been sold? It's so weird.
Now, is it because was it a buy it now and you just purchased it via the buy it now, or was it an actual auction? Maybe it was just a buy it now. Maybe that's just it. Maybe that's it. It's no longer available.
Still, it shouldn't say sold. Something should indicate sold.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know. Listing just ended, but whatever. Okay, so we can say that Michael bought these and he's going to dig into those. That's great. Okay, and then last there was the sealed. Well, it wasn't sealed, but it is in the original box and unused. Apparently, a logic board for a Macintosh 2. This one was listed for $190, and again, this one just says the listing ended on Sunday, November 5th at 6:14 p.m. So, does that mean it was purchased, or does it mean the auction just ran out of time?
Yeah, that's
or the listing.
Anyone on here who sells stuff on eBay, is that the way they just have those now? I don't know.
Maybe you can go back. I mean, I guess it would take some time. You go back in the seller's history and see if there was feedback on that sale or something. To give you indication.
Good point. Sure.
I don't know, but that seems like too much effort. Okay, let's move on. Somebody from eBay will sort that out for us, please. Okay, let's start with this. An old Apple logoed item. This is an Apple Parker pen, but it's in the original box. These ballpoint pens were, I think a lot of them were sold in catalogs. Maybe some of them were gifts or at the Apple Store or whatever. Just really nice pens. And there was a large variety of these. I have a few here and there, but I never really devoted myself fully to collecting them all, which is a good thing because then I would have snapped this one if I didn't have it. I'm not sure I've seen this particular one, but it's white. It's got Apple written on it, just in the Garamond font, and then a 6-color Apple logo over on by the pen clip side of it. Just a nice classic looking, with the white and the 6-color logo. The original box, though, you've got the refill cartridge in there, and a little note that says, "Congratulations, your new Parker Vector Rollerball is the product of a long tradition of Parker quality craftsmanship dating from 1888."
Holy cow!
Holy cow is right. So I don't know when they say. I'm not sure if this pen is dated. It says 1984. So, gosh. Can this pen be almost 100 years old?
It can't. No. No, but
no, I'm just kidding.
There's no way I know, but there's no way the pen's from 84. Were they doing stuff with the?
No, the pen can't be from 84 because
the font is wrong for 84.
The what's wrong?
The font. They weren't using the Apple Garamond font yet in 84, were they?
Were they? That's a good question. When did they start using the Garamond font? But it shows 84 there in the cardboard.
Well, maybe that's about when they started it then. I guess I'm just still at that point still used to seeing like my Apple II, which was of course still using the Mototectura font.
Yeah. I wonder if you could still dial 1-800-BEST-PEN and find the nearest dealer. Beautiful pen though.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, very pretty.
They want a little pricey. Buy it now is $95. There is no make an offer. Just a strict buy it now. So there you go. This one, of course, no ending on this one. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Next, we have an Apple Macintosh 512K collector's lot. And a lot is right. Let's see here. Now this, looking at the, just the first thing I see is on the back of the Macintosh. If you could go to one of those pictures.
Yeah.
It's got, why does it
What is that
have
extra thing there? There's an
extra sticker on the back? Yeah, they both say Macintosh model 512K.
Yeah.
Both have the voltage on there.
Weird.
Certified. I'm trying to zoom in on this. It says, see what the other one. Let's see here.
But they're different, and one has the
different,
SCID, and one just has a bunch of blank boxes.
Yeah,
Very strange.
Very strange. And I
didn't even notice this when I picked this one to show, but this is a real curiosity, isn't it?
Yeah, it says something about Apple Computer Incorporated, Cupertino, California, made in the USA, certified to comply with something TUV. I don't know. Other than that, it looks like your standard 512K Mac. Let's see what we've got. This includes the 512K Mac, Macintosh mouse, Macintosh keyboard and cable, soft carrying case. Very nice. Non-OEM power cable, so not the original power cable. Mac Draw in the box, Mac Project in the box, with discs and accessories. Analog board replacement capacitors. Very interesting. All necessary replacements have been made. Logic board replacement capacitors. No replacements needed. Of course, no caps on that thing. Proprietary. It comes with a screwdriver. It comes with the extra long screwdriver. And it comes with the CRT adjustment tool. Pretty cool. Then it comes with Macintosh promotional catalog, Mac Write manual, Macintosh manual, Mac Project, Mac Draw manuals, Apple Jazz handbook, Jazz binder, floppy folder with miscellaneous discs, and image writer user's manual. But no image writer that I saw in there. So yeah, you're getting quite a few things, quite a few kind of weird extra things, which I think is kind of cool. The monitor adjustment tools and everything. So obviously this thing's been cracked open at least once, if not a few times. The condition of the case looks it looks okay. Looks like it could use just a regular good cleaning. There's a picture of the mouse that looks really grungy, guys. It's it could really use a little bit of like isopropyl and a toothbrush. Yes, it'll clean up quite nicely.
Maybe a belt sander.
So, what do they want for this? They want a buy it now. $600 even. There is a make an offer. It's coming out of Bloomington, Indiana. So no, nothing about the original box or anything like that, but it does have quite a few of the accessories that it would have come with.
Yeah, the carrying bag alone is probably worth at least $100.
Yeah, and I don't even see the carrying bag in any of the photos, which
it's in the photo. I'm
surprised.
Right
now.
I
see it now. Okay, yeah, all right.
Floor.
There we go on the floor.
Chris in the chat says seems like a 128K that was upgraded to 512K.
Oh, do you think that's what the extra sticker on the back is for? But
right?
they both say 512K though. Both stickers do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They do. Yeah. Right.
Unless there was a sticker.
Look at this though. So the model number on one is M0001WP and the other one says M001W.
Just W, huh?
What is the WP? Somebody.
Well, there was. Well, I don't know because there was the 512K and then there was also the 512KE. Remember?
Yes.
So do you think the WP indicates that it was maybe a 512KE upgrade? Is that what he means by the upgrade? Maybe it was a 128 to a 512 to a 512KE. Questions. We have questions.
Questions.
The badge on the back would say 512K, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to 512KW. Is that what Chris is saying, perhaps?
Say what now?
Right?
I don't know.
Well, I think he's saying if it was stock 512K, it would just say 512K, but these say 512KW.
No. I'm looking at the model numbers, not the RAM size. If you look on the tags, one is.
Oh, yeah, the M0001. Right. Okay, I see what you. Yeah, not. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, All
All
right.
right.
Well, good.
There's
Yeah,
the
okay.
there's the question. We'll figure it out.
$600. What do you think? 600. I mean, with all
Oh,
that extra
I
stuff,
think that's a
I
good
think it's
deal
worth
for
it. Yeah.
looking.
Hmm.
It's gotten some
Yeah. A
some
little bit of
restoration.
cleanup.
Oh, yeah.
The nice thing is knowing that the insides have been recapped. So
And
yeah.
the weird second sticker, that's something we got to figure out what that is. Okay, let's move on. Here we go. Another Mac in the box. This time it is a 8600 250 with original boxes. So let's see. The seller says this
Oh
one
wait,
has
it's
been
if they're
fun.
so
What?
again, same thing. If this is the original boxes, why does it say 8600 300,
300. Well, then maybe it is a 300.
not
Maybe
250?
oh, it's a 300 megahertz. Yeah, I don't know why they say
Right.
slash 250. Yeah, that is weird. Okay, there's some inconsistencies.
We
But
have more
anyway,
questions. Lots
the
of
seller
questions,
says,
people.
this one has been fun. I try and get old Macs when I have the ability. I'm not an expert, but I know them decent. This one I thought
Ah,
for a brief second was new in the box. No, but it was amazingly maintained, booted right up. Took me for a while to boot it up because I thought it needed an old core. Da 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 da. Anyway, they got it running.
okay.
Installed
I feel like a doofus. The
and
250 probably is the hard drive size, isn't
hard
it?
drive size.
Hard drive size, not speed. I
Okay.
bet. Right.
Yeah, because there was no 250 megahertz, 8600. They all
Right.
300
Yeah.
megahertz. Okay. Anyway, let's look at the pictures there. It looks pretty clean. There's some separation there on the case door, which is probably just because it's not seated properly. And so you've got the front, looks like the bezels are intact and there's like no yellowing. It looks like, does look sparkly new.
Now,
Um,
are these are one of the ones you got to really watch out for, brittle plastic, aren't they? Like those
I mean,
front bits
more
are
so than
very
any.
easy for those. Yeah, yeah. If I'm remembering correctly, those front things that the bezels over the
Oh, really?
floppy drive and everything are
More
very
prone.
easy to. Yes.
Oh, I thought all beige plastic was suspect, but you're saying some is even worse than others.
I think these were there's
Hmm.
just some little tabs that just want to break
Yeah,
off when you look at them wrong on those front bezel plates. Yeah.
there's a shot of the inside. Looks pretty clean. Got the welcome box and some CDs and original
This
mouse
thing
and
had 6
documentation.
expansion slots, right?
Had quite a few. These things were, yeah, you could do a lot with the 8600. Um, there you go. Yeah.
So sorry. So yeah, speaking of slots, so this one's got a combination USB FireWire card in it. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's got a
Very
yeah.
handy.
It's got a card. It has the built-in AV in and out on this model, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a nice system.
There is I can't tell what size hard drive it is, but it's showing. It's got screenshots of all the system configuration and various peripherals and software install, and everything looks to be good. Now, this is a heavy guy, and they are charging a heavy price. If you did want
Ooh,
to ship this,
wow.
it's cost. I mean, this thing weighs 40 pounds or something. To ship to Florida here for us, it would cost us $171 to ship from Springfield, Oregon. And they have a starting bid of $400. So not too bad.
Let's see. One would hope that they would double box this one, so
Yeah.
they're protecting the original box when they
This
ship
would make
it.
a nice sort of middle system, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Bridge the.
I mean, there's nothing to sneeze at a 604 processor running at 300 megahertz.
Yeah.
That's
These things were
pretty
beasts.
darn good.
Is that as fast as a G4 that Apple put out went?
Well, I mean, the
Sounds like it.
604 wasn't as
I think
powerful
300
as
was
the
about as top
G3
as
and
it clocked
G4.
out. Anyway, okay. Well,
Yeah,
we'll
either way,
see.
yeah. Very pretty. Oh, one more thing I
Yeah.
want to point out about this system is you see the first glimpse of semi-translucent
Oh, yeah,
color
yeah, yeah.
plastic on this thing too.
The little
On the
button
very
for the
top, it's
access
got the
store.
little button. It's kind of
Right.
a bondy blue.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
The new design is starting to peek out there just a little bit. All right. Well, we'll check in with these next week. Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, somewhere I have an 8600. I thought it was behind me. Oh, no, there's a 9600. I don't know. The 8600 is somewhere. Okay.
All right.
Moving on. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll play a little intro music here. Let's go in 3, 2, 1.
Nothing like late 90s pre-rendered 3D graphics.
Right? Sounds like you're mocking the guy. I think it's awesome. Holy smoke. Wow. How impressive.
So, yeah, so
Now-
I think that video was from the Diablo with the Hellfire update that they did.
Yeah, the expansion pack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe that one wasn't part of the original one.
The original, right.
Because you booted yours up, you didn't see any such cool intro video.
Nope.
No such fun. Well, Diablo came out in what
97.
97. I think it was January
So,
of
like,
97.
January 97, yes.
By Blizzard. An action role-playing game.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna read the setup here.
Oh yeah. So yeah, let me read the setup. First of all, it came out for Windows, Mac, and PlayStation. Which
It seemed like that would be painful playing it with PlayStation, but
we'll get into the gameplay here in just a little bit. But yes, all right. So here's the basic story. Now this information is coming off the Wikipedia page for this particular Diablo game versus the Diablo series, but the game starts when the player's character arrives in Tristram. Several of the remaining townsfolk assist the player, such as Deckard Cain the Elder. The labyrinth under the cathedral descends from the dungeon church to the catacombs, followed by the caves, and finally hell itself, each with a mixture of undead, animals, and demons. King Leoric has been reanimated as the Skeleton King. So yes, that kind of gives you an idea of what you're up against. There's more information on there about kind of storyline that I won't get into because you don't want any spoilers. So yes, when you start up this game, you basically when they designed it, they wanted it to be a little bit easier to get into than your standard rogue games, or like if you had played like Wizardry or Bard's Tale, where you spend like the first hour and a half just making your character before you can actually play. So they very much streamlined that. They basically give you 3 classes, pre-done characters. There's no rolling for stats or anything like that. You can either be a warrior, a rogue, or a sorcerer. Nice and easy. There's no playing around with what your characters look like. None of that. You basically start the game and you're plopped down into the town of Tristram, and you just proceed from there. So I say town. There's like maybe like 5 people to talk to total in this town. And you walk around. It's that kind of 3/4 isometric graphics, which looks really cool. Really love the graphics on this thing. And as you kind of go around talking to them, you kind of get an idea of what's going on in the town. And when you start your quest, you go to the cathedral and start your quest. One of the cool things about this game is that the dungeon levels are procedurally generated. So it's random when you start. You don't know what you're
Yeah.
going to get, which is kind of cool if you end up playing this game with the
Mm.
different character classes. It's not like it's going to
Be
be,
different. Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be a little different each time. Do you want me to go ahead and swap over
Yeah.
to
Go ahead and
the
pop
video?
some
All
of it
right.
up.
So I ran this on my tie book, which is great to run on the tie book, I have to say. And so what
It's
I've
a
got,
titanium power book,
that's
G4.
right. Yep,
What?
G4.
400 megahertz.
No, it's that's the later one. It's quite a bit faster than that. So hang on here. We should
Yeah.
be able to bring it up here.
Of course, those laptops went longer with the
There we
G4 and
go.
wound up going to higher clock speeds and are great for old games like this. Now, I think what's
Absolutely.
cool about when you go to these kinds of these top down,
Mm-hmm.
like the graphics being dated sort of fits anyway. I mean, I
It
think it
really
holds up
does.
pretty well because it's
It
not like
does.
this
It
is
does.
a immersive first person sort of thing, right? In which case,
Correct.
yeah, it would look dated, but
Yeah. But
it's a
there are still
cartoon
games that,
and it's still a
yeah, there's
cartoon.
still games that use the 3/4 aspect
Mhm,
like this.
mhm.
Um, yes, Macintosh Librarian says she needs to play Diablo, and yes, it is correct. I've only gotten about 4 or 5 levels down in the dungeon.
Mhm.
Um,
I can't
and
believe you
it
never
is
played this before, that you had played 2.
I had played some of 2.
Mhm.
So here we go. So I am, yeah. So like kind of wandering around the dungeon. When you get near a wall, it kind of goes semi-translucent, and so you can kind of see where you're going. There's stuff to open up. But
can't open this.
but pretty much everything is point and click. There's
I
very
see.
little things that you actually need a separate button for.
Oh.
Unfortunately, this is a level I've cleared out, so that I'm not going to really be fighting anything, but it just kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like.
Mhm.
About the only other key that I had to finally look up is I'm playing the rogue, which one of the best weapons for the rogue is the arrow. And one of the things I was running across was when I was trying to fight a group of monsters, is every time I would click on the monster, it would also try to move me, which is not great when you're trying to use a bow and arrow. So if you hold down the shift key, it holds you in place and you can still attack. And let's see here. And one other thing I wanted to show, again, this is not going to be great for the listeners, is the way the map overlays. So you can see here, I've turned on the map overlay, and you can
Oh,
kind of see this
wow.
very interesting kind of wireframe of where I'm going.
Wow.
And it shows you where your stairs up and stairs down are. It will not show you a map of an area you have not been to yet. So,
Uh-huh.
you have to, the map will draw as you move around and check things out. One of the other things I have to say is, even though it is a generated dungeon, I've noticed that at no point on any of the levels are the stairs up and stairs down to the next level that far apart, which is really nice because, especially early on, you basically have to, if you end up with too much stuff and you're overweight, you
Mhm.
have to go back up to the town to sell stuff. So you're having to go back up through 3 levels of dungeons,
Mhm.
which it just gets tedious. Later on, you can end up getting spells that will teleport you in and out of the dungeon.
Mhm.
Other than that, it's kind of your standard. You get stuff you don't need. You sell it to get gold pieces, so you can get better equipment, better armor. You will find magic items in the dungeon itself. Uh, your your combat is, like I said, is pretty much point and click. Same thing, even if you've got like spells and everything, you basically just right click on a spell and then click on your target and you're good to go. You've got 2 indicators on here showing your how many spell points you have.
Mhm.
That's the blue orb, and how much health you have, and that's the red orb. Every time that you level up, you get more points to spend on strength or dexterity or how much health you have, whatever like that.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you've
it's
never I take it
yeah.
you never loaded this up in the Mac Attic for a multiplayer setup.
No. So yeah, that's the other cool thing is you can play up to 4 people going through the dungeon, or you can actually play cooperatively, or I guess against each other.
Yeah.
Which that would be kind of a weird way to play it, but hey,
Uh-huh.
whatever I guess floats your boat on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, I haven't seen what the multiplayer looks like on that, but I do think it's interesting that was an option on this. And
Yeah.
having the multiplayer was actually one of the before Blizzard took this on as a publisher. That was one of the requests they had. The other request that they had was that it not be turn-based, that it be actually action-based.
Real time.
It still plays pretty much. It's
So,
not a high. It's not like a fast action game. As you walk
yeah.
along, and you can do save. You can only do one save point, so you can't like backtrack a lot. But before you go into a new section or a new level, you can save your game so far before doing so, just in case things go very, very off the rails for you.
So the question came up in the chat about how you do stuff if you've only got one button, but I guess you click down below, right? There's a big control panel that
Oh yeah.
shows the
Hang on.
things you can do, right?
Right.
Cast
So
spells,
like yeah. So like if I can bring up my inventory.
I see. And
So
there's
that's the other
spells.
interesting is the way the inventory works is you've got
Oh,
basically
look.
so many blocks
Yeah, right.
that
You gotta
sometimes you can rearrange things to give yourself a little bit more space if you end up with something that takes up a weird
yeah.
amount of area.
Yeah,
So
you gotta
yeah,
play like
it's
Tetris
point
with
and
your
click.
goodies there.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and spells, when you run across books and everything, you can read those, and it gives you spells, and then yeah, you basically can let's see, like I can do Firebolt.
Uh-huh.
And I've got that one. So I've got that one kind of pre-done down here. So if I do this, if I
Cast the spell.
click on this, and then let's see, I think I have to control click. It's I can't remember anymore.
Anyway.
I've already lost it. But
yeah, but the big section on the bottom allows you to single
Right.
click on a bunch of your powers and the map and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
What's the big red and blue orb? What's the significance of those?
That's what I was talking about. That
Oh.
so the blue is how much magic you can cast before you like
Is that like
some
mana
spells
or
like
something like that?
firewall. Yeah, it's like mana
Yeah.
or whatever, depending on
Yeah.
what it's called. But yeah, so like if I cast a firewall, that
It'll
spell
drain.
will stay in effect as long as I've got the mana, or same thing over here. The red one is how much health I've got.
I see.
So
I see.
yeah.
So it's your status as well.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I take it you can go to Macintosh Garden, right?
Yes, yeah.
it.
So I was able to get this to Macintosh Garden. Now, one of the things about this though is, a lot of the games, if it calls for a CD, you can just mount the image, via Toast. It can be or an ISO or something like that. I actually had to burn a CD for this.
Oh wow!
Just mounting the image does not work for this. You had to burn a CD. So if you do want to play, that's one way to do it. Or, as you found out, these are available on Good Old Games for like what, $10-15, something.
Yeah,
like
but
that?
You'll have to play it. I didn't see a Mac packaged version of it. It was $10, but you'd have to play the Windows packaged version.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no way to. So if you want to play on your Mac, this is still your best bet. And I do understand that if you play it in Sheep Shaver, you can mount that ISO outside of Sheep Shaver. Attach the ISO as a CD-ROM. It will emulate the CD-ROM once you're in the operating system. Diablo
Yeah.
does think that's a actual mounted CD, so you can
Right.
play via sheep shaver. As you can see, graphic wise, since everything is pretty, like your character is not true 3D.
Mhm.
Everything is kind of pseudo 3D. That it's not like having to do a ton of rendering power, so it'll run on a pretty low level system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, anyway, that's Diablo 1, and maybe you'll get that going one day on your little setup of network Macs. I think it'd be more fun
It would be fun. It would be fun to
cooperatively.
try that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
we should do is see if it's one of the games that's available on that Infinite Mac website where you can
Mhm.
actually play some
Oh, yeah,
multiplayer games. Yeah.
online. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, well,
Yeah.
go over to Macintosh Garden,
Yeah. Check it
download
out.
the image. Yeah, and perfect choice for this numbered episode. Okay. Are you going to come back and join us?
Oh yeah. Let's see. Switch on back.
Uh,
And Macintosh Librarian, if you play this, you let us know what you think.
All right. We're gonna do some news. Let's see. Let's go to news in let's pull it up. In 3, 2, 1. Time now for the news. I wasn't familiar with this company. It's Ayaneo, which looks like a Chinese company, but they had this press release and it says interpret retro reshape classic Ayaneo remake concept officially released. And it says on November 10th, Ayaneo CEO Arthur officially released the Ayaneo remake concept. This not only represents Ayaneo's exploration and upgrade in paying tribute to retro culture, but also signifies a new phase in Ayaneo's brand development. And there's a photo of a bunch of different computing products, handheld and otherwise, but they're all designed with a sort of retro theme. There's one there that's of particular attention. If you're on YouTube right now,
Yes.
there's one that kind of draws the attention. So I'll scroll down that one. But some of these others, you can see there's some like what looks like handheld gaming machines for playing
Yeah.
multiple games,
Yeah.
probably.
The Ioneo slides look kind of cool with the built-in keyboards.
Yeah. Yep. And then if I scroll down to this one. It says, as a new product line for Ioneo, the Mini PC series holds significant breakthroughs for this category. Boldly incorporating the Ioneo remake concept, it leverages the latest technology to recreate and reconstruct the experience of numerous classic products bearing the name Retro Mini PC. And then it says, this series will redefine iconic products that have made history as the first product in this series. The Retro Mini PC AM01 pays homage to the revolutionary Macintosh, a product that truly changed the computer industry. And there it is. It's it looks like a classic Mac, kind of like a half of the depth, and with a widescreen monitor, but it's got the classic beige color with the bezels
Now, can you zoom into the lower right corner of the
screen?
screen?
There's a zoom in here, down here.
Good. Okay.
Are you talking about the logo?
No.
What am I looking at?
Look on the dark gray screen, lower right corner of it. Zoom in if you can.
Right here. I don't know what you're.
There you go. There you go. Do you see it?
Was that a power button or what is that?
No, look up. Look up a little bit. Look up.
Oh, you're talking about here on
look
the
at the Happy Mac. Right.
The
little Happy Mac.
My screen versus the screen. Yeah, there's a little Happy Mac pixelized
etched into the
to the monitor, the fake monitor. It's not really a real monitor. There's it looks like a power button that's part of the floppy drive. There's a pseudo Apple logo there. And then looks like on the top there's a variety of ports, maybe power, USB, HDMI.
That's what my guess was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is
It
this
looks like you
basically
could
just like an SBC? Or it almost looks like it would be a Raspberry Pi case or something like that.
maybe, yeah, could be.
Now
I
I'm
don't know what the
looking at the
little.
keyboard next to it though, and I'm assuming these are all just like 3D rendered. If you go up
Yeah,
back to the keyboard,
where is it? I got to go up or down.
there we
Oh, here.
go. Right there looks just like a 128/512K
Yeah, that's
keyboard.
probably
It's got
just.
the same right bezels. Yeah.
I don't think they're making that. I think that's just shown for context.
Hmm.
But yeah, it says well, it comes in various processor configurations, so I guess it's not just an empty case, but it comes figured as a
Right.
complete computer.
Yeah. So I don't think
Um,
there's anything that's supposed to be showing on what that looks like on the screen.
no, it's not
There
a.
is just hooked up to a monitor, but I'm
Yeah, you would hook
sure
it up to an external monitor.
something you could
Yeah,
probably mod would be nice, right? To throw something
maybe,
on there.
maybe. It says officially launched mid to late November. Well, it's coming up soon, right? It looks like you can even replace the little logo there
Oh yeah.
with
With
different colored inserts, which
other.
includes a smiley Mac one. Um, anyway, so this is something to watch, especially if they're going to keep making this. This is the first in the series, so there may be some others.
We'll see if these
Well,
actually come out at all. Is what I'm
yeah,
saying.
right. Yeah, because you're
'Cause
right. We're just looking at
I'm
renders.
betting.
But I
I don't
know,
know.
I don't know.
I
They put a
don't
lot of
know.
work,
I
into
mean, the
these renders, and
website looks great. Yeah, but
yeah. In this day and age, this may be the hardest part right here is to the rest they just push a button and they just crank these things out. I don't know. But I thought that was very slick. Okay. All right. I'll just show a little bit of this video. This is the YouTube video. This is Luke Miani, and he's visiting an old friend of the podcast.
So I'm standing outside
Here
of
we go.
a very nondescript building that used to be a school, but it is currently home to the largest collection of Apple products that I think probably exists in the world. What do you think? Is that a fair claim to make?
I'd say it's pretty reasonable.
Adrian, is that fair? Would you say this is the largest Apple collection in the world?
Largest boxed collection.
Okay, the largest boxed collection in the world. But today we're going to get a tour. Oh my gosh, I can already see. All right, let's just go. Oh my God.
So the full video is 17 minutes long, but I just show a little bit here, just walking through the insane amount
So
of
this is
boxed
Wow.
stuff.
almost
Look at
every
that.
single Apple product.
And there's Adrian, whom I met years ago when I used to go to Macworld Expo regularly. We had like some kind of meetup for people that listen to the podcast. It was like the early days of the podcast, and I met Adrian there. So he lives in Australia, which is even, I think, more impressive that he's assembled all this stuff. Anyway, so we've been in touch ever since. But I stumbled across this. I guess somehow I missed that he had gotten featured on this YouTube channel, and that his collection has exploded since the last time I saw him. I mean, it just goes on and on. You can see.
I mean, I this is one of those you get the kind of the same feeling as the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
The warehouse full of yeah. That is impressive. That is very
It is impressive. Yeah, you need to go over and watch the whole thing. It's Luke Miani, Miani, is the channel. Adrian's a great guy and obviously really big into the hobby. He's also the president of the Australian Vintage Computer something. I forget the official title, but they're a big association of computers there. Yeah, so that's way cool. All right. I think was that it for the news? I don't think I had anything else. So we'll just
obviously
end the news
we
there.
all know and hope Woz is doing well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Steve Wozniak was hospitalized when he was down in Mexico, right? And I think he's returned home safely now. The word is that he had a minor stroke and he's recovering. So that's good news, consider after the original scare that he had been rushed to the hospital. So And we're all thinking of him and hope he makes a speedy recovery. Okay. We're gonna do an outro. Did we talk about next week?
We have not talked about next week.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it later then. So we'll just kind of leave it hanging. Let's record the outro in 3, 2, 1. All right, that ends another episode of the RetroMacCast. We think we'll be back next week. I know we said that last week, and then things got in the way. But it is, our calendars are cleared. You don't have to do another procedure. Right?
Let's hope not.
You don't have to do that on back-to-back weeks or every other week or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll be back with an unknown main topic, but we'll figure something out. We already know what the bonus thing is going to be next week, but we'll save
yes.
that.
Yeah, we'll save that. But
all right. Well,
yes,
we'll be back next week. If you come join us on our YouTube channel, either live or after the fact, but we're here Monday evenings. And that's new. I think we're gonna bump it up a half hour. Sorry, everybody. John is an early riser, so he goes to bed very early, and he's been very politely been asking for an earlier start. So
just a little.
We're gonna go to 7:30 on
Right.
Monday evening, starting next week. But what I was going to say, if you're just listening to the audio podcast, you join us on the video, you get bonus stuff. Which
that's right.
Queuing up, he's going to show us a video tour of Arcades, his home arcade, which is unbelievable. And anyway, so come to the YouTube channel, RetroMacCast, check that out. Until next week, remember, it's not old.
It's retro.
Okay, now we're in the bonus time.
All right, so yes. So this is the downstairs. Let's see here. I'm just going to go ahead and start this video, and if you have got questions.
Oh my goodness, look at them all.
This is what's right downstairs from where I am at right now.
Now, are all of these aren't all CRTs, are they? I imagine the power.
All of them are CRTs except for 2.
Oh my gosh. Is it really a massive power drain? Do you notice it when you have an event?
You're talking CRT versus LCD?
Yeah.
It's definitely noticeable.
All these machines. Yeah. So,
right now you can see the Zaxxon has the LCD screen. See how flat it looks? Yeah. So there's 2 other games you cannot see in this video, and that's because they're right in the center. And that is Environmental Discs of Tron and my sit-down Star Wars.
Oh.
So other than that, yeah. So I'm sorry.
Go ahead, play it again. So I get
play it again.
It was a little quick. Yeah. Just trying to take it.
So I've got 24 working arcade games out there right now downstairs.
And there's no audio on this video, but it's going to be loud.
You can't hear the audio?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, there is audio.
Yeah, all the machines making their noises. Yeah.
Right. And also ZZ Top playing in the background.
Well, it's just as well. We don't have the rights to.
That's right. That is true.
ZZ Top. Maybe that's why it's already been pre-censored by the AI to remove ZZ Top.
So I had a work event, and so I recently was, the last few weeks I was just getting things set up, fixing things like getting the so like all the marquee lights were working, buying some parts. I had to send some boards off, like the Spy Hunter I sent off to have professionally fixed. Stuff like that. So
you had you said around 40 people.
About 40 total, yeah.
They were in the downstairs and the upstairs.
I had upstairs, downstairs. I had
classic consoles.
Upstairs. I had some kids were playing Doom, networked Doom on the IMAX. And then I had like NES, several different Nintendos. I had a Vectrex, um,
Mhm.
Sega Genesis, stuff like that, kind of running
Mhm.
upstairs. So it was a nice mix. It was great seeing, it was a lot of people brought their kids and watching kids play Pong. I've got a like an I forget what brand Pong it is, but it's like Omnivision or Odyssey Pong or something like that
Yeah,
up here on a nice black and white TV. It was great watching kids play these games and just enjoying them. So
that's great.
yeah,
There's a question
yeah,
from Macintosh Librarian.
yes,
Does the
environmental
Galaga
discitron. Oh yes,
No, does the Galaga
it
have a
has
9-in-1 JAMA board?
it has so that's actually a Galaga 3 that I made look like a regular Galaga, and it has a 16-1 board in it. It's a JAMA 16-1 board, but I turned off all the games except for kind of the Galaga Galaxy and Galaga Plus.
Hmm.
So it's only got like one screen worth of games.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's kind of one of the ones where the original board doesn't work, but the 16 ones are pretty. They're okay. It's nice to be able to come out and play. Just turn on a game and play it without having to keep your fingers crossed. Same thing with some of the Williams games. I bought some of the new FPGA boards that are out for it, so they're a lot more stable and playable. So, yep,
Very cool. Well, it's been ages since I've been over there. Now I've
yeah,
see what I've been missing out on. All right. Well, thanks for sharing,
yeah,
and
man.
hope you all enjoyed that. So you know that, yeah, John's got other stuff going on too, doesn't he? All right. Well, thanks everybody for
Thanks
joining
for
us,
yeah, Scarlet
and
Swordfish,
we'll
Macintosh Librarian.
we'll
Y'all have a great one.
see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the RetroMacCast with James and John. Email listener comments and questions to retromaccast@gmail.com or post comments on our website at www.retromaccast.com.